Hi, this is Chris with Phoenix Gaming. We're going to do a Let's Dive Rare Rules, Episode 4, Benefits of Cover with and Without Terrain. Before we get into it, we hit 51 subscribers, and congrats to Adam on the free t-shirt. That's awesome, buddy. I've already reached out. We'll get it shipped out to you, and honestly, if I happen to see you before then, because I know you don't live too far from me, I'll just hand deliver it. I don't know if we're going to be ending up going to some of the same events or not, but we'll see. Obviously, I'm still working the Chicago Open, so that's cool. And we've already done some paint and hobby streams. I'm up to 11 followers on Twitch. I have no idea if that's good or not because it hasn't even been up for a week. I have no litmus test or any kind of like analog. I have no clue, but it feels good to me, so I'm going to celebrate it and be happy. So, hooray. All right, we're going to today talk about rules that grant the benefits of cover when not in or while in terrain. Ignoring the benefits of cover and improving the benefits of cover. This is pretty straightforward, but there's some weird interactions here, and a lot of people probably haven't actually read this rare rule, so we're just going to do a quick video on it. Rules that grant the benefit of cover, and that's any rule that grants the benefit of cover regardless of being in terrain. Some examples would be, and you can see at the bottom here, there's an example of how the Blood Axe's clan culture is worded. Each time a ranged attack is made against a unit with this culture, if the attacker is more than 18 inches away, then the unit with this culture is treated as having the benefits of light cover against the attack. Some other examples would be Sacia, which is one of the Tau Septs. It grants dense cover. And there's multiple examples. I just wanted to give a couple. If the benefits are undefined in the rule, it is assumed that you gain light cover. So let's look at this the clan culture again. Each time a ranged attack is made against a unit with this culture, if the attacker is more than 18 inches away, when the unit with this culture is treated as having the benefits of cover. Let's say it just said the benefits of cover against that attack. Specifically for rules that grant the benefit of cover, if the benefit is undefined, then light cover is the assumption. So if it doesn't specify that it grants dense or heavy or light, then you just default to light, which is +1 to your armor save against shooting attacks. So that's how that works. And again, we have usually you find rules like this in army bonuses, like Raven Guard, I think have it. So that's where you're going to find them a lot. There's probably individual units that have it as well. I'd have to dig to find one, but I'm sure they are there and they exist. Ignoring the benefits of cover, and that's just any rule that's going to state it does not receive the benefit of cover. ... So if it says does not receive the benefits of cover to its saving throw, then that rule is going to ignore light or heavy cover or any other cover that would provide some sort of armor save bonus. So again, a good example is smart missiles. Those are down at the bottom there. And it just says the target does not receive the benefits of light cover against the attack. So it specifies light cover. If it were to be worded like it was up top there, receive the benefit of cover to its saving throw, if you could make a melee attack with smart missiles, they would also ignore heavy cover. If the rule states it does not receive the benefits of cover that impose penalties on hit rolls, then you're going to ignore dense cover or any cover that would impose a hit roll penalty. So again, it's pretty straightforward. Everything kind of makes sense. In this incidence, however, if it does not define what benefits they ignore, and it simply says does not receive the benefit of cover, then the target receives no cover bonuses. So when you're ignoring cover, you get to ignore heavy, you get to ignore light, you get to ignore dense if no cover type is specified. So it's a little bit different than when gaining cover. When gaining cover, unspecified defaults to light. Literally everything else, it's just any benefit, period. And then improving the benefits of cover. There's units and models with rules such as add an additional 1 to your armor save when receiving the benefit of cover. And down at the bottom, we've got sneaky gets in there. It's add 2 instead of 1 to saving throws for models in this unit while it is receiving the benefit of cover. So rules that grant cover also trigger these rules, which means a Blood Axe commando that is at least 18 inches away get the benefit of cover because they're at least 18 inches away. So if they get the benefit of cover, they get to add 1 to their armor save because it's light cover. But then because they have the benefit of cover, they add an additional 2 to their saving throws. And all that really means is that at 18 inches, Blood Axe Commandos actually have a 3-up save. And again, this will stack with the light cover bonus. So in this example, you'd add 2 in addition to the 1 for having light cover. And that's how we get to the 3-up. And if benefits of cover are not specified, such as in Commandos, it's applied regardless of the type of cover it's receiving. So what that means is, if you're receiving the benefits of any type of cover, these rules will trigger, and this rule does not specify when it's applied. So what's interesting is we're going to keep with the Commandos. If you've got your Commandos in a forest, that forest applies dense cover. So those Commandos are -1 to hit, but because they're receiving the benefits of cover, they'll still get to add 2 to their saving throws. So in a forest, Commandos are -1 to hit, +2 to their armor save. And that's why it's so important for these units to use the terrain and actually be in them. Now, in addition to that, because it just says add 2 to your saving throws when it's receiving the benefit of cover, what that also means is it's applied in melee. So if you are in a woods, you have a 4-up save with your Commandos unless something just says it ignores the benefits of cover. And it's just one of those really interesting interactions. I believe I actually I showed somebody that and they were like, no, that's not right. Yeah, it is. And that's a feature, that's not a bug. Like, that's intentional. I believe Space Marine Scouts have a very similar interaction with the camo cloak, whatever it's called, I forget. So, it's one of those where these scout units actually have some utility, because if you know how to use your terrain, you can actually, you can keep some of these scouting units alive longer. So each time, let's look at Rangers. Each time a ranged attack, so this one specifies, each time a ranged attack is allocated to this model, while it is receiving the benefits of cover, you add an additional 1 to any armor saving throw made against that attack. It could be in a woods. It could be in a ruins. It could be behind a pipeline. It could be within 3 inches of an armor container. And basically, as long as it has any kind of cover benefit, those Rangers get an additional 1. You can get Rangers, and if they're in a area terrain feature like that grants light cover, such as a ruins, they're going to have a 3-up save. They'll have a 4-up save in something like a woods that grants dense cover. It's one of those where, like I said, I don't think it's a super tough concept, but I do think a lot of people just kind of overlook it or don't think about it. And again, this is coming from somebody who's kind of helped people with learning the game and playing in tournaments and stuff the way that I have. It's one of those where there's a group of people there that just don't realize that that's how that rule interacts. So I wanted to make this quick video. As always, our Patreon tiers, hatchlings, $1.50 on the mention and a mention on the Patreon's page. Firebird, $5, 24-hour early access to all content and ability to vote on future content. Phoenix, $10, you get all of that plus a sticker. And then Immortals, $20, all that plus 1 shirt sent to you. And you get a special shout out at the end of the video. Speaking of those special shout outs, again, we've got Captain Tootal. We just changed his name to what it was supposed to be. I asked him how he wanted me to shout him out, and he made some smart ass retort, and I was like, all right, that's what we're doing. And then the real Donnie G. Again, you guys are awesome. I appreciate the support. The money that you guys have pledged has already bought terrain, and it's going to continue to buy terrain and rebuild my my tournament tools so that I can start running and throwing more events again. I've also been working with a local store. They are more than happy to have me come in and run events. So we've got 3 planned for the year already. So once again, thank you guys. You're awesome. As always, all the links in the description. Super cool Teespring store. And then we've got the Facebook page, the Patreon, everything down below. If you like the video and you like the content, subscribe, and you know, you'll find out when I get new videos coming out. Thanks a lot.